I'm JJ with Innovative Nutrition. I've got Charles Thompson here today. He's one of our sponsored athletes, and we're going to talk a little bit about diet, nutrition, about his training, give you some pointers. Let's get the inside scoop of what he goes through and some of the things that he does to get prepared to get this lean and this muscular. So a lot of people think that it's just a simple task, that you're born that way. Charles, tell me, what do you think about your own genetics? Are you one of those guys that's just genetically gifted and you just look like this naturally, or?
Oh, I wish. No, not at all. Out of high school, I weighed about 150 wet. Just kind of skinny guy with the little belly. No, you have to work very hard. I don't have genetics like that.
What do you weigh now?
Right now, I'm weighing 202, and I'm 5'7".
5'7", 202. That's pretty big. How old are you right now, Charles?
I just turned 28.
Okay, so 10 years you put on this kind of mass. When did you start training?
I've done a lot of sports. I used to compete in MMA. I ended that around 2011, and I've been competing in bodybuilding competitively for the past 4 years.
Okay, so are you a guy that puts on muscle easily, or do you stay lean easily? What's some of your genetic gifts and some of your genetic flaws that you see?
I think some genetic gifts I have is I'm pretty strong naturally, but it's hard for me to stay lean. If I want to bulk up and put on weight, it's easy for me to get fat.
So it's hard for you to stay lean?
Yeah, it's very hard for me to stay lean.
And this comes from a guy, if you've seen his pictures and seen some of his competitive pictures or videos, this is a guy that is super lean. So he's talking about how hard it is for him to stay lean. So what do you do then?
What don't I do? It's you eat, sleep, and live it. That's all you can do. To get in competition type lean, like less than 5% body fat, it takes a lot of work. Like an average day for me, I'll get up about 4:30 or 5 a.m., do about 30 minutes of fasted cardio, go to work. I work 13-hour shifts, clock out, and go straight to the gym from about 7 to 11 p.m. I'll get some cardio there again after I get my weight training done. Go home and start over again. My off days, I pretty much do the same thing, except I cook a lot. So anytime I have free, I got a meal prep, which means, I have to make all my food. I have to weigh it out to the exact grams and ounces on a scale, and then put it in a package and go to the next meal and weigh everything out to the exact ounces. Drink about 2 gallons of water a day. And I do that every single day. You don't get a break.
Yeah, you don't get a break.
No.
There's not really an off day to this. I mean, there may be a day you don't train or your training's lighter, but
yeah,
you're doing something all the time.
Your off day is when you're getting your meals ready, pretty much.
Right.
And if not, you're slacking.
Yeah.
Sleep and not work don't come very often.
And so you bring up a couple of good points. One is that a lot of people believe that to be in that kind of condition, to be in that kind of shape, you can't have a job. But you work, right?
Yeah, I work 13-hour shifts like I just
How many
told you.
13-hour shifts did you work just last week?
This last week, I worked 5 13-hour shifts.
That's a lot of hours.
In a row.
That's
yeah,
a lot of hours to put in and work, and then still be getting up in the morning, doing the cardio, going to the gym, putting in that type of effort. So
very much. I mean, those 5 days I worked in a row, I got maybe 4 hours of sleep each night. It's very tough. It's a lot of hard work for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Tell us about your diet then. How much do you actually contribute your physique to your diet?
Oh, diet is everything. I would say 75% or more is diet. I mean, you can train endlessly in the gym, like nonstop, a beast, and if your diet ain't right, you won't see any results. Diet is everything. It goes together. It's not one or the other. Diet and nutrition, supplements is huge. I think it's pretty much more important than the gym, because the gym you go to a few hours a day, your eating, your diet, your supplements is all day, every day.
Right. Yeah. And that's one thing I always try to tell people here in the store, even though I sell supplements, that supplements are only a supplement. It's something that goes along with your training and with your diet. But if you don't have a diet, if you don't pay attention to your diet, then it's kind of like buying a new car stereo when you don't have a car.
Yeah, exactly right.
So you don't just pick out something just because your buddy was taking a specific supplement and you're going to get the same results. Everybody's diet, everybody's training is different. And you're putting put a lot of effort in your diet. If you're weighing everything out to the ounce, then there's a lot of work that goes into the diet. How many times do you eat in a day?
6 meals a day.
6 meals a day. And you still have a job.
Full-time job.
Still have a job.
Tough job. I'm a registered nurse, and that is a very tough, busy job.
So
I mean, sometimes you gotta hold going to the restroom for hours before you actually get to go, or something can always come up.
Okay, so you got a busy job, one that during your work schedule, there's going to be maybe long periods where you don't even have a break, and yet you're still finding time to make sure that you've got your meals, you've got your water.
Yep. I don't find the time, I make the time.
You make the time.
If you want something bad enough, you'll make time for it. If you don't, then you won't find the time. You know what I mean? You just got to make it happen, and the only way you get the results is sticking to it consistently and putting in the effort for sure. And everybody has a busy life. Some people have kids, some people got this and that, but I mean, they still find the time to watch TV if they want to watch TV, or find the time to do things they like. This is just what I find the time for, you know?
This is what you find the time for. So yeah, everybody has their own things that they like to do, but if you can't complain that someone else has this kind of results, that someone else is getting big or muscular or strong or fit, if you're not willing to put in the effort that person's doing. So how often do you get people that come up to you and they're asking, well, what do you take? What do you take? As if there's like that magic pill or something?
Probably several times a week. At least they ask, and they don't just hop to conclusions. But almost, sometimes a few times a day, for sure, at the gym, on social media, whenever I run into somebody, everyone's always asking me, well, what do you take? You know, what can I buy? What can I buy to make it happen right away? But I try to tell them, you know, it helps. Supplements really help. It plays a big part. It helps bridge a gap from one level to the next. But it's not going to be the only factor to help you get in good shape.
Right. So what kind of supplements do you take?
I take a few different things. Of course, I'll take a multivitamin, which is always good. I'll take vitamin C, especially during contest prep, because my body's so worn out. I kind of want to help prevent from getting sick. And then I take your fat burners. The fat burner, and then I also take your Vigor supplement. Vigor supplement, it naturally helps increase your strength, your testosterone, helps your body absorb the nutrients from your food that you're eating, and put it to work better. And the Zeal fat burner is great. I mean, especially those long days at work when I know I'm going to be up there for 13 hours, and I got to say, okay, I have this many meals I can eat at work. And between those meals, you get hungry. Really hungry, and you want to eat something that Zeal fat burner really helps decrease your appetite. It helps you stay focused. It's hard to focus if you're really hungry. Yeah. But those are my main things that I couldn't do without, especially that Zeal fat burner. The protein, the Armour protein is great. I literally look forward to drinking a protein drink because it tastes good. It's like a dessert. Get my meal in there, but mainly the Armour protein and the Vigor and the Zeal.
So you said it helps bridge a gap. Tell us about your diet.
My diet is pretty much
and
right now.
You're doing pre-contest right now, right?
Yeah, right now. So right now I'm having 0 carb days twice a week. The days that I don't train, I'll still do cardio that day, and I'll still get my cardio in, and I'll still do certain things like cooking. But the days that I'm not lifting weights, I have zero carbs, no carb intake at all, just all protein. And then the days that I weight train, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Thursday, I'll have a little bit of carbs with each meal, like steamed white rice, some oatmeal after I work out, good carbs like that, complex carbs that your body breaks down and absorbs them, and not just stores them as fat. So especially on those no days that I don't have any carbs, your energy's so low and you're so hungry. I mean, if you don't have a carb with the meal, you can eat tons and you're still going to feel tired and hungry, especially when you're doing an hour of cardio a day every day. So I really believe that ZIL, it bridges the gap. It makes it more possible. I've been doing it for like 4 years, and I still know I need something like that when a competition comes. I really don't think I can do it on my own. It's tough.
It's mentally tough.
Very mentally tough, and physically.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, how are you going to change up your prep this time compared to last time?
Well, like they say, every time you compete, your body looks a little better. You have a little better each time. You'll be a little leaner each time. This time, I actually came into contest prep leaner than I ever have. So I had a big difference. I just did a photo shoot in Vietnam, and I was already pretty lean for that photo shoot. So when I came back home and decided that I was gonna get ready for this competition, I was already leaner than I had been in a long time ever for contest prep. So I kind of am still a little bit hanging on to some carbs and keeping size and bulking up a little bit. And I'm about 7 weeks out right now, which compared to last time I was competing, by this time I was already cutting no carbs, maybe a couple of carbs, here and there, and really intense cardio. I'm sure I'll get like that once I get closer, but right now, since I'm already lean, I'm more focused on keeping size. And that's the hardest, but the best look and very hard to keep is lean with more muscle mass. It's easy to lose muscle mass whenever you're becoming so lean and losing body fat. That's why that supplement, Vigor, that I take helps prevent that, helps hold on to a good muscle mass that you earned and worked hard for. You don't want to lose it by leaning out, and so that's what I'm doing right now.
Right. So what advice would you give to someone who's just getting into, not necessarily competitive bodybuilding, but someone who wants to get in shape, wants to feel healthier, wants to feel better?
I think the best advice I could give to somebody is don't look at this as just a period of time that you're going to try to just get into better shape. Make it a lifestyle change. When you look at it, I have the rest of my life to get into shape. It's not as stressful to think, okay, in these next few months I'm going to diet crazy. No, just make a lifestyle change. Learn your portion control, learn what meals are healthy, and learn what supplements work for you. Like, for me, example, I know, when I work those long days, I get really hungry throughout the period, and I know I'm going to need a fat burner at that time. Now, if I had energy and didn't feel like I was hungry when I was dieting, then I wouldn't take a fat burner. Everyone's different, and talk to people, see what works for you. Go talk to someone that has, education in the nutrition business like you. You're very educated in your business. And I can come to you and just ask for advice and not just go to a store where, they're trying to make sales and they'll sell you whatever you can, like more commercial stores. That would be good advice.
Good. Well, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.